This is Aubrey Bursch with Easy School Marketing, and I'm here to talk to you about retention. Now, a lot of you are in the fall right now, and if you're like many of the schools I know, you're probably in the thick of it. You're getting ready, you're dealing with COVID-19, you're dealing with either virtual distance learning, or you're dealing with, all the safety protocols that go along with being in person nowadays. So this leads us all to think about, we're kind of doggy paddling. We're like, but right now is the time, you really kind of need to pull your head up and be like, okay, after this is all over, we're getting through this. Eventually this year is going to come to an end. What do we want the end result to be at the end of the school year? Well, ideally you want anyone who had public school children come to your school. Let's say they transferred, they weren't happy with what they weren't happy with what the public school is offering. They transferred over to you. Okay, you have those people over here. Then you have your current families who you're still trying to hang on to, okay? So retention is important now more than ever. It is absolutely critical. We all know that it costs less to retain a family than to get a new one, okay? So we need to hang on to these families. And a lot of us, if we're looking at spring 2021 enrollment season, what we're seeing is if we don't do the things that we need to do for retention, we're going to see massive attrition at that point. So now is the time to be implementing your retention plan. And I really want you guys to think through this. It means, what can you do to make sure that you're communicating, you're educating your parents, you're educating your parents, you're surprising and delighting them, you're going above and beyond. Because one mistake many schools make is they say, this is what we're offering, and then they deliver what they're offering or less, okay? And why this is not a good strategy is because basically in everyone's mind and the human nature is that even if you delivered what you said you were going to deliver, it's still not quite enough. So it's almost like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like, oh, the other day I received a package with exactly what I ordered, but then the seller threw in and added, it was like this all natural hand sanitizer. I hadn't even ordered it. They threw it in the box for me for free. Am I more likely to order from this company again? Yes, I was pleasantly surprised and delighted, okay? That is a technique that schools need to embrace. It's like, okay, you paid $30,000 for your tuition year, and let's say this year you've lost a lot of elements of your program. How do you continue to keep your families? How do you retain them? How do you surprise and delight them throughout the year? That is the mission now. Now that you have them, how are you going to keep them? Now, I'm excited to tell you that we are diving into this really deep during our small school marketing and retention bootcamp on September 24th. I highly recommend you grab our early bird ticket price, which is extremely low and will be going up super quickly. It's $47 until August 28th. So you're going to want to order early, and I promise we're going to have so much fun. Not only is this one-day virtual event going to be amazing and full of actionable things that you can do to help your retention, to keep your public school families long after COVID, but it's also going to be really an amazing way for you to take advantage of what you have to offer, because we are going to offer office hours at the end of this retreat where you can pop on the screen with me. You can share your screen. We can walk through any questions you have about retention, or maybe you have a question about your online presence, want to share your Google My Business profile with me. That is awesome. We are here to help you and move you forward now so that you're setting yourself up for success in spring 2021. All right, sign up for the bootcamp. I hope to see you there, and take care. Bye.